Turning to your forecast now, we're reminding you to stay weather aware due to the heat and possible storms in the area. Chris, it's going to impact a lot of plans this evening, right?
1-2 punch, my friend. Yeah, it's going to feel like 100 plus, and then all of a sudden storms are going to smack into us. I'd say really by the early evening looks to be the best time frame. 96 degrees. That's not earth shattering. That's not even within the top 5 warmest days that we've had so far this year, but you're definitely going to notice a difference. However, look off in the distance. It's absolutely gorgeous right now over Charlotte Motor Speedway here in Concord. That's also going to be a change. You are looking at the sunniest part of the day right now as we're recording this at 10 a.m. By the time you get to about 2-3 o'clock, it's going to be a partly sunny sky most likely, but our muggy meter is showing that those dew points will drop down only to about 70 degrees. Recently, yesterday, we dropped down to the mid 60s, so we didn't have as high of a heat index, but we're still going to have another heat advisory. That's anytime you have even a potential of hitting 105, 103 plus is really the danger zone that heat exhaustion is more likely. You're going to have a heat advisory. So even though we don't technically hit that 105, it's still going to be good old hot weather that we're going to be dealing with. That it feels like 103 come 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock. At that point, that's some primetime storm fuel. By the way, the hottest that we've felt so far this year is back on the 5th, where it was 101, feeling like 107. So in comparison, it's not as bad, right? We are also looking at a stormy evening. As I mentioned, it's a better storm chance. I would say really between about 6 and 9 o'clock. We have another low chance for severe storms, and here's what it looks like by hour. We see our first signs of storms between 2 and 4 o'clock up in the mountains and foothills. It might be a day that we're kind of waiting for them. I think they first formed to the north, right around Iredell County and I-40, anytime between about 5 to 7 o'clock. Yesterday, that was the same time frame, but it was southwest. The energy is now shifted a little bit further off towards the north. They start to cluster. They're slow moving. It could lead to a little bit of localized flooding as well. And then by 9 o'clock, they're right around the Charlotte area, and then they move off towards the east. And we'll see another storm chance for tomorrow. This is more the metro area, and this time to the east with another chance a little bit later on in the afternoon. It's all because we have a front that stalls out across the area. This is one of the most difficult things to predict, because if it just moves 20 miles, that's the difference between your neighborhood seeing storms and then your friends maybe a county over having a beautiful weekend. So just note that you're going to have scattered storms each day, more isolated on Sunday, so it's a better chance of staying dry. Also, quick note, the tropics are going to be heating up here very, very shortly. I would say by tomorrow, once this low pressure system moves over to open waters just south of Florida, there'll be a chance for our next tropical storm or at least a tropical depression. But all that energy eventually is going to move its way further off towards the north and east. By the middle of next week, I think we're going to see more clouds. So I have temperatures in the 90s for the time being, right around 90, 91, cooling down by the time we get to Thursday. Just letting you know the back end of the forecast is going to change the most, all depending on what that tropical system does. But in the meantime, today is going to be the hottest day for sure over the next 10. A little bit cooler over the weekend with more clouds and that front settling across the area.